Yo, what's good? It's your boy Cal. Bro, we've been uploading for almost 2 months in a row now. Um, we started like on February 20 something. Today is April 12th, April 13th. So we like halfway to 2 months. I lost count. I obviously can go back and count, but I don't feel like it. What we got going on, I want to do something different. That's probably 99% of YouTubers haven't done. And I want to watch every Michael Jordan game full, not no highlights, full game from start to finish that he played in the playoffs from 1991 to 1998. Some I already watched. I'm not going to rewatch them. Y'all can always go feel free to check them out. So we got Michael Jordan, 91 versus the Knicks. He always get rowdy with the Knicks. It's always something with Mike and the Knicks. So I'm curious.
Seconds left on the shot clock to take as much time and work as hard as they possibly can to get the good shot.
A veteran officiating crew of Jess Kersey, Nolan Fine, and Wally Rooney will be blowing.
Let me make sure my vid recording. Last time, okay. Last time I wasn't recording.
The whistles this evening, and we are just about set.
Not that I didn't watch this, but I was watching the 1978 horse game, and I think I did like the first few minutes on mute. So I'm gonna rewatch that again.
Cartwright and Ewing really like to battle down low. They push around a lot. Cartwright does an excellent job against Ewing. That's one reason why those numbers have been down this year.
First turnover of the ball game coming at 11:31. Ron Thulin, Jack Gibbons with you from Chicago Stadium. Ernie Johnson along with Rick Berry in our studios. And of course we have a second game coming up here tonight on TNT. So buckle the seatbelts. A lot of basketball the next 4 days.
Go hands.
Ball tip. 13 on the shot clock. It belongs to the Knicks.
It's interesting that the Knicks, the first 2 times down, have gone to Oakley to try to get him involved in the offense. Look, though, for them to try as hard as possible to get Ewing a shot here before long.
For Chicago wearing the all-black sneakers for the playoffs, as has been their custom their past couple of years. And it is cheap.
Bro, I don't know what it is with the Bulls. Is it just me, or every time I watch the Bulls, especially with Michael Jordan, I get this thrill feeling like it's going to be a good game.
Now the matchup will be Vandeweghe on fifth, and Jordan being.
I mean, or it could just be this matchup. You know, Bulls Knicks, they always get into it.
He understands, though, that he must get help. I think the Knicks as a team understand that you have to help out on Michael.
Michael misses the shot. The Bulls crash.
Good
the
board.
Better of the 2 rebounding teams. So we have our first foul of the ball. Have won all 4, as we mentioned at the top of the show. In the last game, Bill Cartwright came up with 2 steals in the final 11 seconds to seal that Chicago win. John McLeod says, hey, we've been close to these guys all 4 games. We've had a chance to win it. Pippen shot won't go down. Ewing battles. Oakley gets the rebound.
Pippen had him low key. He stopped the shot.
Oakley does a good job on the offensive boards as well.
Ewing on Cartwright. Foul trouble early in the 4 meetings between these 24, only to have that lead disappear. Tucker's shot will go down. Good hustle by Oakley. Despite the fact you have 2 of the best rebounders, New York is not
Travel? How?
Despite the fact you have
1,
2
2.
of the best rebounders,
He didn't travel. He didn't travel. This is a bad call. He didn't travel because he stayed on his pivot. Now that left foot move, but that's not his pivot. His pivot is right foot. Right, boom. Look at that. Oh, never mind. Oh, Pat, you slick right there because I had your back for a minute. You did travel. Good call.
rebounding team, no basket. That is a traveling call.
But still, that's going to be a matchup we'll have to watch here tonight, that matchup between Ewing and Cartwright. They do a lot of pushing. Ewing that time might have gotten away with the forearm. That's why the officials were a little bit quicker to call to travel in that situation.
Chicago going into their triple post offense is designed in 1962 by Tex Winter. Cartwright just takes it away from Oakley.
That's easy for Mike. That's all day, man.
That's an area of the game that the Knicks must really concentrate on, and that is keeping Chicago off the offensive boards, in particular Grant and Pippen.
Oakley from way outside, and he rolls it around. Well, after it took Chicago some 2:14 to get their first 2 points in the ball game, the Knicks go back up by 2. Jordan has the double team now. Tucker trying to get the loose ball. Jordan has it. Paxson with 10 on the shot clock. Jordan goes hustling Charles Oakley for the rebound.
Now, chat. I heard Penny Hardaway had some good games, and I gotta watch Hakeem play Orlando. It fathoms me that Shaq got swept. Like I really gotta watch that, bro. Is it y'all just don't know? It's so much basketball. It's so much basketball. Michael Jordan played under 200 playoff games. I don't know how many he played in the 90s and the 80s, but he played like under 200 total, like 180 something. We're probably gonna watch 100 just of Mike being in the 90s by himself. So
But his playoff average in his career, 35.8. Talk about elevating his game, including a couple of consecutive 50-point games in a series against Cleveland.
and Chad, what I really wanted to do, I low-key wanted to start all the way from 85, and do 90. But Michael Jordan didn't win any rings in that era. And he still got some good games, like the 63 against Bird and all that, you know, scoring 60. I don't know if he scored 60 or 61 against the Pistons in the playoffs, or was that regular season? I'm not sure. But Mike always had fantastic games, really, regardless he win lose. But also that era is just gonna be ending in too much fate, too much losing, which I don't mind watching, you know, teams compete and they end up losing. But I just want to start here with 91. We go get all the way to 98, and then once that's done, we're gonna watch, Jordan in the 80s too. I gotta watch all of Michael Jordan because y'all saw all this live, and most of y'all saw this already. I haven't. I never have. So
Crowd very loud tonight after what happened to the Chicago Blackhawks being eliminated in the Stanley Cup
nice.
playoffs as Horace Grant gets his first 2. In fact, Phil Jackson said that is one of the points he has brought up to his club. Hey, the Blackhawks had the best record in the NHL. They were ousted. Let's not have the same happen to us.
I think you must point those things out to your team. That's a good example right here close to home for Chicago. That should serve as incentive for them to be up for this series.
2 times down the court, Cheeks has found the lane wide open. This time he connects. He has.
Oh, Scotty moving fast. Oh.
Ewing says, "Here's a souvenir for the fans." And he stepped out.
Okay.
Belongs to the Bulls. Ewing.
Scotty was flying there, but Pat, he met him.
John McLeod knows you can't let Scottie Pippen take it into the paint.
Well, I'll tell you, it was nice to see Pippen, though, push the ball down the floor.
Yeah, I like that with Pip. I like how he pushed the ball down the floor.
There was really not a change of possession. There should be some time off the shot clock.
Wait, Pippen was that fast? Oh man, wow. Whew. That make me look at Pip a lot of different now.
About today in practice that, hey, let's not worry about
wow.
the record. Remember what we did to Boston last year? They have the home court advantage.
I see why him and Jordan was so unstoppable now. Ooh, good pass, Mike. Can't build that ugly jump shot. He just got him as the dimes up. He wide open, Bill.
3-point threat, second in the NBA in that category. He doesn't get his first.
Good board. Ooh, look at Pippen. He going again. Swing. Hey. It's all right. And I got my keyboard now, guys. Got my new keyboard. So, we ain't got to sit and wait 20 to 45 seconds for him to shoot free throws. But we shoot that one, and then, boom, we on to the next one.
So this is even more
hey,
being in this position
there we go.
Free throws.
We back watching games, chat. I want to watch Shaq. I want to see how Shaq fell off, too. Because Shaq was a dog coming into the league. and he just regressed. I know my bad boy shut him down, but still, he won a chip with D Wade, so he was still effective.
Ewing slapping the ball, and he's going to be called for his first personal by the National Basketball.
Oh, to Patrick, you'll see him right here. He's going to take a step away from the basket. That is what Calqc is something they don't want to happen, and that is Cheeks taking the ball to the basket. Cheeks on the season
Is that Mo
just
Cheeks?
under 8 points a game, but in the playoffs he has an average in here and enjoy a good season, a good series.
All right, a 70% free throw shooter. The Bulls have not led in this game, only 2 of 10 from the floor. Third tie in the contest.
I gotta do it, Bill. I got to, bro. Shout out to Bill Cartwright, man. He got one of the best jump shots ever. It's already up there, Bill. He dips. Okay. He's drop.
6 points for Chicago from the free throw line. Here comes the fireman's drill press.
It's so much Mike to discover. We gotta discover Mike in these playoffs. We gotta discover Mike in the '80s playoff. I might watch some regular season games here and there, but it's playoffs in real life, so I'm trying to be, I'm trying to match the theme, playoffs. But what was I saying, man? It's just so much to discover. We only watched one full Larry Bird game. Do you not know how many good? Oh my lord, chat, chat. Make sure y'all like and hit that subscribe button. I also wanted to say thank y'all. We reached 5,000 subscribers. 5,000. Y'all know I had that road to 5K posted up on my YouTube channel since like 2016, 2017. And I finally updated it yesterday. So, shouts out to y'all, man.
Coming into this season, they wanted to get a maximum effort out of him, but they wanted him to stay healthy. He has been able to do that and has helped the Knicks.
Ooh.
Trying to stay on Jordan. Does a pretty good job defensively. Ewing with the rebound.
They gonna need you down there, Pat.
Patrick and Cartwright again. Cartwright really leaning on Ewing on the left block. Tucker for 3 doesn't get it. 0 for 2. Ball belongs to Chicago with 6.
You gotta grab that, Pat. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Corner, a good shot, but that's the shot the Knicks must make here because you know when Patrick catches the ball down low, the Bulls will double team and in some cases triple team to make sure Patrick gets the shot up. Those outside shots are not going. The Bulls will continue to play that way.
And this is before the NBA. This is before somebody win the playoffs, bro. If my Pistons don't win the playoffs and get a chip this year, I got the Spurs, bro. I think OKC go far short to the Spurs in the 7-game series, bro. We already saw it in the regular season. Oh, playoffs is different than the regular season, man. I ain't never saw a champion get shut out by a young bull like this ever, for real. Wemby is just too much for the NBA right now. And I think he gets his first chip if my Pistons don't win. Now, besides my Pistons and Spurs, I got to give it right back to OKC, though. But we gonna see.
Loud and take this crowd out of it some.
It is a 4-point lead. Listen loud. I hit a shot from the outside. Quiet 16,000 plus in the stadium.
Tell you, during timeouts is a real good opportunity to get the crowd involved in a situation like that is one that this crowd needs to make.
Well, the Bulls healthier than any team probably in the NBA, which has been a key for their success this year. Cartwright looking to see where his teammates are. The follow-away.
Ooh, okay, Bill. And I know the quality ain't all that up to par, chat. Look, we are on 480p. And this is 1991. You ain't finna get no 4K quality like that unless you have 4K source. which on YouTube you're getting 480p to 720 majority of the time. If 720, because really back in the day you just getting 480, bro.
Wilkins, of course, missed all those games right at the end of the season, but he says he does feel good.
That's tough when you sit out 3 weeks.
Well, it is, especially when the guy you.
And I know I'm yapping a lot. Oh, and for the people that's been watching, because I know it's gonna be somebody that say, "Boy, you talk too much." Shout out to the ones that have my back and say y'all fine with me pausing and talking. I got my keyboard now, so I ain't gotta do all that. I could just hit that mute button. But literally, what am I reacting for if I can't talk? You know, some people just be delulu and speak before they think.
Grant does a good job battling for the rebound, but he can't come up with it. Only 3 Chicago players are in double figures. Not very balanced scoring on his ball. Vandeweghe, who hits 36% of his three-pointers this year, cans his first.
Kiki, do you
And
love
the Bulls
me?
now leading by 1.
Vandeweghe thought about it. He wanted the defense never came out. He
Are you
finally
ready?
decided to go on and let it go. Good decision.
Last 7 points by New York, scored by Kiki Vandeweghe.
Free my Kiki.
Jackson on top, working that triangle offense. Then they open it up for Jordan, slapped away by Oakley. With 8 on the shot clock, Chicago will have it.
Sure, Chicago would like to make Wilkins work on that ankle, force him to play Jordan in a one-on-one situation. To this point, though, Wilkins has done a pretty decent job, and of course the Knicks getting good help from the weak side.
At the beginning of the year, nobody really embraced this offense for Chicago, especially that man, because he knew it would limit him. But they have since come to grips with it and have been very successful. Jordan with 2 on the shot clock. A miracle won't have since come to grips with it and have been very successful. Jordan
He
with 2 on
different.
the shot
How
clock. A
he
miracle
just
won't
faked
go.
him bad.
Jordan just 1 of 5. Cheeks.
Travel double. What?
Vandeweghe spotted up on the 3, but Wilkins takes a baseline.
How you can call a pad travel but can't see that? What is this right there?
Ewing
Not bad,
pushed
yeah.
off in that situation and then against Allen Wright.
Is checked at 4th-year pro out of St. John's, who has been part of that controversy. Will come into the lineup. Booze when he checked into the Chicago lineup because of his suspension for 1 ball game. Now he's hearing cheers.
I think the people in Chicago understands that Stacey King is a very important part of the puzzle for this team, especially here in the playoffs. They're going to have to get some good minutes from Stacey. Stacey has got to practice, and the beef about not playing enough. Those things just don't come.
New York worked extensively on the Chicago pressure today at practice. Broken handily there, although it was
Seeing someone comment to it and was like, "Smile." Sorry if I got a mean mug facial expression, bro. That's genuinely how I look, bro. Y'all ever saw a little Boosie? He just looking angry. That's how I be, but I don't be angry, bro. That's just my default face.
for Jimmy Ellis. His family, wife Carol, 2 children still living in Dallas. He says, "I'm not worried about my future."
Oh.
Wilkins won't go down. New York has missed 6 of its last 7 shots as Jordan gets around Gerald Wilkins.
Oh. Ooh, he was close.
Everybody's tipping it.
Well, Mike got the moves.
But the man comes away with it. Oakley just owns the board.
5 rebounds tonight for Oakley. He averages 12.1 a game.
Mike could have had like 3 highlights
He knows
already.
how to use it. He pushes off a lot, but he is so smart. He gets away with it down low.
He was traded from Chicago, or from New York to Chicago. First person will go to the series.
It's so important. The team that wins the first game has won 47. Understand that they were they don't want to have to do that here this year.
8 of 8 for Chicago. And the Knicks trail by 1, nearing that 2-minute mark of the first quarter. The middle wide open. Grant battles Vandeweghe through the paint. Pippen sizing up Oakley. Jackson spots up the jumper, doesn't get it. Pippen tries to keep it alive. Rebound. Everybody fighting for it is going to be Chicago's ball with an 8:24 on the shot clock.
For this ball, for the first opportunity, they have to find some other ones, and the offensive board's the way to do that.
Ryan Quinnett will come into the New York Knicks lineup. Bulls just 6 of 20 from the floor.
You got that, Scotty? And Chad, one thing about my keyboard, man, my keyboard skills put in work. That Pistol Pete video I reacted to a few days ago, that video was like an hour and 35 minutes. But due to my excellent keyboard skills, I got that mud down to 1 hour and 10 minutes. Save y'all 20 minutes, bro, with a whole keyboard. Scotty. Dang, Scotty. He got ripped. Damn, them good hands. I'm just good hands, bro. But yeah, literally, bro. This keyboard saved like 20 minutes on a video. 10 minutes, 15. That's why I be skipping, bro. Cause a lot of these throwback games, it just be commercials and people talking, and y'all know me, I'm Gen Z. I'm just about the buckets.
The third meeting between these two, that big lead only to have it disappear. Finished with a career-high 20 points, and B.J. Armstrong will come in for Chicago. First free throw miss of the night.
Walker out-battled by Horace Grant. And there we are once again on the offensive boards, and on the free throw, that should never happen.
Scotty.
Oakley with the loose ball.
I don't like Scotty last few touches, man.
He's done for Chicago this year. He's the pride and joy of Al Vermeil, the strength and conditioning coach. Added a lot of muscle. He said, now I can put.
Then Phil playing him and Mike 12 minutes in the first, so I know they ain't coming back for a minute too. Dang.
And we got tied up, turned
tonight. Jordan won field goal, 2 for 2 from the stripe. Mentioned Michael Jordan 5th straight scoring title, but only once since the 24-second.
Yeah, Mike missed it, but Mike 1 for 6 is different from his 1 from 6. He is literally getting open and missing by the bare minimum. It's still a miss. Not sitting here trying to hold Mike's hand. But we saw like 3 of his misses, bro. It's like like he was like that close.
1954 has the scoring champion. I'll give you the answer. I'm not gonna embarrass you.
And he got the 6s on. I got some 6s too, y'all. He got them Wandos. Them the Carmines, right? No, them infrareds. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Carmines is white and red. Infrareds is black. The infrareds is tough.
By Chicago.
Good D, Mike.
To B.J.
BJ.
Turnovers, and B.J. Armstrong had a chance to go on the left side and take it in. He tried to get one more pass.
BJ got scared, man.
You normally see Chicago take advantage of the opportunity when they are able to get the steal and that kind of pressure.
Jordan.
You got that? Ooh! You got that, Mike? Okay.
Biggest lead of the ball game. It's 7 for Chicago.
Mike had like 2 open looks. He made all his open looks.
You're only 28.6.
That's tough.
But he's done everything else so well.
Oh, he lost the ball. Good defense, Scotty.
Chicago to make that quick run like they do so often.
Ooh.
Of course, Jordan usually the guy that gets it started.
Come on, Craig. I mean, BJ. Good shot.
Defense to create a lot of opportunities. You see Michael
Dimes.
Jordan here wanting to go to the middle. They get good team defense as Quinette
Good
comes
pass,
over
Mike.
and
Mike got that pass off just in time. 0.4. Good pass. Good shot too.
Chicago 33%. The thing is though that the Knicks have turned it over 5 times. And Chicago has gotten 10 points off the fast break.
Jordan with
Yep.
first
Good take, Mike.
The first 2 of the second quarter, and it is a 12-point Chicago lead. Will Purdue has checked into Chicago's lineup for the Bulls on an 11-0 run.
Well, it's interesting how when your defense gets going, it creates the offense, and you seem to get more and more confidence as the time goes on.
I noticed Pat keep playing from one side. He keep going to that left block. Come to the right block, Pat. Who was the Knicks coach at this time in '91? Cause he got Pat playing one side. He got the rat tail.
In the favor of Chicago right now, the nation, and make sure that they didn't shoot the quick shots. They haven't done that. The other thing, as I mentioned, is Chicago's defensive pressure seems to have just picked up a notch. And Hodges.
Good look at Horace Grant. A lot of people felt he might be a little bit better off the bench, but he has proved himself worthy of the starting 9. Last hoop for the Bulls.
As anyone, and look right here, he understands Ewing has the 2 personal fouls. Ewing has to back off. Michael with the left hand gets it to go.
Said they want to punch it to Patrick Ewing.
That's high IQ by Mike. He went straight at him, knowing he got 2 fouls. Good shot.
Well, he has really given the Knicks a boost here in the second half of the season.
He, along with John Starks,
Oh, come here.
Pull-up jumper. He likes shooting from 45-degree angles more than straight on. The steal by
Yes. Boy, they strapping the Knicks.
The Bulls wanted 3 on that one, but it's that defensive pressure once again that is paying dividends for the Bulls.
Phil Jackson on the far side says, okay, now let's settle down. Walker cutting to the hole, an air ball on a layup. The Bulls are in sync. As they throw it away. Sort of a whammy.
I saw what he was doing, though.
Probably should have been called for the travel on that one as he made the pass to himself. As it turned out, I don't think any of the Chicago Bulls got a hand on that one.
It was a finger roll. The finger was there, but not the roll. Bonnet spots up for the 3 and behind the back pass into the hands of Horace Grant. Outlet to Armstrong, 7th New York turnover.
And this is the most time Chicago has taken off the shot clock in about the last 4 minutes.
All last touch by the Knicks with 10 on the shot clock. Oakley comes into the lineup. Kenny Walker will take a seat.
You saw the switch right there, and the problem in that matchup where Ewing was out on Pippen is the quickness of Scottie Pippen will get him the shot every time. Then the turnover creates the quick basket.
Frustrating for a coach because John McLeod worked on that play today. Walker getting it in. What a drive by B.J. Armstrong. Patrick Ewing, all 7'1" of them, was not able to block it. Armstrong now with 5. And the Bulls continue to add on their lead. It is 16. Jackson finally breaks the scoring drought.
The Bulls have done an excellent job on Patrick Ewing. He's only had 2 shots in this game. I think he's just simply not been able to get it down low. When he has gotten it, the double team has forced him to get the ball up.
Quinnett. Pippen from his favorite spot, and he nails it again as he exchanges words with Charles Oakley.
Nah, Pippen turning up. Boy, Nick Shaw in trouble.
To push Scottie Pippen to the left.
Dang.
Keep him on the left side of the court and not let him get those 45-degree
16.
That is exactly what Scottie Pippen is doing at will right now.
Well, the real problem, though, is the fact that as you see Patrick Ewing make the turnaround, the real problem is that the Knicks are switching in that situation, and that is putting a bigger guy on Scottie Pippen. Of course, Scottie, with his quickness, is able to get any shot he wants.
Right to the hole. Pippen
Cooking.
did not want to pick up his 3rd personal foul, so he backed off. Pippen with 11 first half points. And John McLeod. It's Houston and by Teague head into full gear. How about some one-on-one here, Jack?
Well, I talked about the quickness of Pippen against virtually anyone that he is matched up against.
Damn, he is
On the
fast.
Knicks front line, and of course Patrick Ewing picking up those unnecessary fouls early in the game forces them to have to lay out and allow Pippen to go to the basket. The Bulls have made their last 8 shots from the field after starting out only 27%. And of course, when you're getting shots that Pippen has gotten his last 3 or 4 or 5 times touching the basketball, you're going to shoot a high percentage.
And I think a positive sign for Phil Jackson is that Michael Jordan is getting a lot of rest right now at this point.
Oh, yeah. Mike Chubb.
John Starks has checked into the Knick lineup. Player that John McLeod calls the Tiger. Patrick Ewing now starting to put a little pressure offensively on himself. Gets the 2.
Ewing had to step out on the floor that time, though, to get the ball. And, of course, when he is that far away from the basket, they will allow him to work one-on-one.
Pippen again from that spot. This time.
Ooh.
On one.
Dip it again from that spot. This
Hey!
Well, this guy seems to always come on around this time of the year. Was complaining early about his lack of playing time, and here he is at playoff time once again answering the call from Phil Jackson.
Matches the biggest lead for Chicago. Ewing from the baseline, the push right-handed shot. Pippen with the rebound, and he's going to lead the break. They shot that with about 18 on the shot clock.
Oh. Pippen.
John McLeod said, if we take shots with 18 on the clock and miss, we're dead.
And that is what is happening with the Knicks. And not only that, Patrick Ewing took that one from deep out in the corner. That takes away a lot of the offensive rebound.
New York totally out of sync. Hodges for three.
Ooh, you got to call a timeout. Got to call a timeout, John.
The 62-year
Shoot. When you go watch this game too much longer, Bulls keep spanking them.
Chicago on a 29-9 run. They're 9 of 10 shooting this period.
Yeah, I know me, bro. I'm not a fan of blowouts. We do not do blowouts on this channel, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
Here comes
Ooh.
Jordan leading the break. Hodges for two. What a quarter B.J. Armstrong's had for Chicago. All belongs to the Bulls in 6 minutes. 5 points to go along with 4 assists. 10th New York turnover, much to the dismay
Chicago.
of John McLeod, whose team averages only 16 a ball game. They haven't even played a half.
Chicago ain't in the playoffs this
Simply
year.
is not the
Bulls so sorry. They ain't got nobody now.
break opportunity right there. Not what the Knicks needed in that situation.
Armstrong now with 7. Now, if you're New
I don't know if you heard me, but like I said, Bulls is sorry in 2026.
defensively,
Well, you do. You want to try to get back into your style.
Like,
and
they
that is
trash.
what the Knicks are good at.
GMC scoreboard, or will it be coming up? Show you scores from the other playoff game. And actually, Patrick Ewing, they wanted a walk. It still belongs to New York with 14 on the shot clock. As now we look at our GMC scoreboard. Philadelphia and Milwaukee. Philadelphia by 7 over the Bulls. That's in the first quarter. And in the West, Golden State on top of San Antonio in the Hemisphere Arena by 4. And of course, next to Houston and the Lakers with Doug Collins and Pete Van Wieren. 13 on the shot clock. Knicks trail by 23 points, 5:50 left in the second quarter. Oakley triggering the inbounds pass to Cheeks. The savvy of Maurice Cheeks waiting for the offense to open up. Loose ball foul. And it'll go against Chicago.
You mentioned that the Knicks must get in sync offensively to get back in this game. I think it is just important, or maybe more important at this stage of the game, that they get back defensively. Minutes.
Vandeweghe for 3, and that'll get you back into a ball game. Kiki Vandeweghe now with 2 3-pointers. He has 10 first half points, but the lead is still 20. Hodges to Purdue. John Starks.
Anytime he's playing in point. The ball getting to.
Paul Silas to the right of John McLeod as Purdue way short on both free throws. He's only a 67% shooter on the year. Boy, Ewing just floored Will Purdue, and that'll be Patrick Ewing's third. Maurice Cheeks says, Patrick, get away. Don't get a tee.
And all 3 of Ewing's personal fouls have been fouls that he could have very easily avoided.
Yeah, this the playoffs. Yeah, that's a flop.
Back and pushed
Jordan an awful lot of room out front.
and hasn't gotten the call.
Giving Jordan an awful lot of room out front. Chicago throws it away. It was a week that started happily for Patrick Ewing, the birth of his first daughter, Randy, along with wife Rita, as John Starks takes it to the hole. Not going so well right now. Carrying the ball against Craig Hodges.
What? Man, he didn't carry. Oh, stop it, Rad.
We're in Chicago Stadium with 4:50 showing on the clock in the second quarter, and it is the Bulls handily by 8. The foul is
They is blowing that was crazy.
That's his second personal. Scottie Pippen checks back into Chicago's lineup for doing a take a seat. Cartwright also coming in. Paxson coming in. Is Phil Jackson making some wholesale changes?
You can kind of feel the tempo change in just a little bit right here, and Jackson wants to make sure that he goes in at the half with a comfortable lead, and not only that, with his team playing on a positive note. And the way to do that is come back with your main guys and make sure that you keep control of this game.
Manaway, this offense in Chicago hurts. It is the second unit because they don't get the playing time together as a second unit, and it is a complicated offense. Sometimes it is out of sync.
Well, the way Chicago has played here tonight as a team has been pretty simple, actually, and that is just get the ball and push it down the floor and take the ball to the basket. That's been a real good philosophy they have used here tonight.
It's worked. Cartwright's turnaround over Oakley. Tipped by Oakley. Loose ball foul will be called against New York. And Oakley, the foul is on Vanderbilt. He threw the ball down.
The game, he feels like all the calls coming on the Chicago end of the floor. Nothing in the favor of the Knicks.
Jordan walked with it. We'll go the other way.
What?
Talking to John Starks this morning about playing Michael Jordan. He says, he's a hero of mine, but I can't be enamored by the fact I'm playing Michael Jordan. I've got to bump him just like Tucker does and play tough. Oakley battles his way in offensively. Ball belongs to, referees check each other. It belongs to Chicago.
Breaks for yourself when you play as hard as Chicago has played in this game. The officials know how this game has been going. They understand the flow. And you reward the team that's playing the hardest. That is definitely Chicago.
And the Bulls have won a league-high 43 games by 10 or more, and they're on their way to making it 44. Kidd, the bounce pass to Jordan.
Good pass.
Coming into this, just as you practice. Now here's the bounce pass as Jordan goes to the baseline three-point play.
Well, Grant comes back in the lineup. Stacey King will take a seat. 3:48 left in the half. Bulls 53, the Knicks 34. I tell you, you can't buy a break.
No breaks. No breaks at all for the Knicks.
Knicks need to make their own breaks right now.
Yes, they do.
Well, Cartwright makes good on the free throw. There's the press put on. Paxson backs off, but Grant looking for the double team. This time he pulls back. Vandaway from outside doesn't get it. Shoots good positioning on Paxson for the rebound.
Now these opportunities that the Knicks
That's a
must
good
take
rebound.
advantage of. They haven't had many second shot opportunities, and here they are once again. It goes right through the hands of Oakley and out of bounds.
Turnover number 12 for New York. Cliff Livingston will come into Chicago's lineup. Somebody has to be open.
Oh, that's excellent ball movement. That shot has to go.
Yeah, Pippen, he heating up.
That is the way Tex Winter wants this offense to go for Chicago. A balance between control and spontaneity. Vandaway on Jordan. Burnett, no place to go. Jordan says, here's your wallet, Brian. To the hole. Jordan has only 4 field goals, but he has 13 points, and the lead is 24 and 20-second timeout.
20 seconds. Jordan gets out in the open floor. No one comes over to stop him. Right there is way too, and you're just not going to stop him. I tell you, when I used to play against Dr. J, and QB Brown was the coach down in Atlanta, the thing that he always told us to do when you have a guy like a Michael Jordan or Dr. J who with one play can get the crowd ignited is to foul him before he gets in the act. Take that opportunity away from him. That's what you must do when playing Michael Jordan.
I'd like to remind you, coming up on the Prudential halftime.
Boy, might palm that mug.
Good friend Rick Barry exactly right on about 2 or 3 of them. Cartwright goes out. Livingston in the lineup along with Scottie Pippen again. Tucker in for New York. Starks forces up to Denver, and that'll be an offensive foul on John Starks. second period, Jack, 81% shooting. They've only missed 3 out of 16.
Wow,
Now,
81%.
Calqc called for the offensive foul in that situation, but
Nice.
I like the fact that he took the ball to the basket to try to make something happen. That shot goes, and the official sees it the other way. You have a chance for a three-point play.
Rams turnaround won't find the mark. Chicago enjoying their best regular season in their history. Their first 60-plus win season. Trey Tucker got up in the air, and it was sort of a point of no return. Turnover number 15.
And so many of those turnovers have been unforced turnovers. Chicago the place, and that is what the Knicks have done.
10 turnovers this quarter for the Knicks.
I really like that Chicago wants to get Grant involved in the offense. You see him continue to go to him down low. He is the only player that really hasn't played all that well offensively.
Mike in this bad.
The Bulls are on fire. The crowd is likewise. Chicago now has 28 points off turnovers. New York just 5. When you play this way, you don't have to worry about a possible thin bench. And away. A big step inside as it knocked away. With 5 on the shot clock, ball belongs to the Knicks.
This is destruction.
Shot for Golden State.
Mass destruction, bro.
Well, it's not. That's part of it. But when you have 3 guys you can go to at any time, it's very difficult to devise a defense that can stop those 3.
Serious matchup problems. Pippen's foul.
Can go, but when you have Muir.
Patrick Ewing on the bench with 3 personal fouls as Scottie Pippen goes to the line. 5th in the
Yeah,
NBA
that ain't
steals.
good.
4th-year pro out of Central Arkansas.
Pat in foul trouble.
The NAI final this year to Oklahoma City University. It is 63-34 with 1 minute left to be played in the first half. The Knicks can't get their
horse.
hands on the ball now. Tucker dribbles through, but by the time they set up their offense, there was only 12 offense going. That's not a whole lot of.
On the defensive end, as Chicago has been here in this second period.
So Michael Jordan picking up his second personal foul. John Starks goes to the line. Former Oklahoma Stater. No surprise for the Knicks. Starks with 4. Inside of 50 seconds. There you see the lead. Spots up. Doesn't get the jumper to go down. Tucker with the rebound.
Mike doing everything, throwing dimes, getting buckets.
The Knicks need to get a quick one up so they can have an
Playing
opportunity for
defense.
the last shot.
That's what Cornette wanted to do. Oakley, great job battling for the rebound, but he doesn't.
Facilitating, getting people open.
Hey, that was pure hustle by Charles Oakley, but everybody else was on the other side of the floor.
This is
Hey,
amazing
what happened
hoops,
that
man.
time is everyone else for the Knicks points as the Knicks have done in this game to Chicago. You have to get back defensively. No one there left to help Oakley out.
About a 1.5 second difference between the shot and the game clock. That is the game clock in the lower right-hand portion. Jackson setting it up. Livingston on top of the key. See if they clear it out for Mike.
What you gonna do, Mike?
3 on the shot clock. Jordan puts it up. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Hits. The Knicks. The Knicks are in the locker room. Give them a couple extra minutes to talk about it. Pippen hits the first. He'll have the second.
What is What is this for?
18 first half points for Scottie Pippen.
Knicks don't even care.
Pippen gets the second. We have played 24 minutes. Stay with us. Ernie Johnson is next.
Report on this update the game. It's all ahead 26. Ernie Johnson.
Man, is this Ernie?
The worst fears the Knicks could have had coming to light in this first half.
What the?
As it is in Chicago Stadium, I really feel that the Bulls deserve a sudden wish on hard.
I ain't trying to talk to you, Rick. That's Ernie with hair. What the?
The Bulls over the New York Knicks. Now, I mean, if you're John McCloud, say, guys, I'll see you in 15 minutes.
Well, I think what you would probably tell your team is, hey, guys, let's not really embarrass ourselves in the second half. Let's show some.
26.
This beautiful pass, the bounce pass, a tough one to defend. Hawkins with the easy 2.
It was a
That
13-2 game at that point. Del Harris's guys have come back to close.
Dale.
Bradley Center. Now into the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors and San Antonio Spurs. They got the banner there for the Midwest Division Championship.
Had to play tough against Robinson. As Robinson knocks him down, Lister's.
Dang. Ooh. How you
Said,
feeling?
hey, this is not going to bother me. I'm going to show you what I can do. As he runs
Hey.
the court for a 7'1" guy. What an athlete.
They had a 2-point lead at that point. Terry Cummings going to find Sean Elliott all by himself, and there's Willie Anderson throwing down that tomahawk. San Antonio on
Deny position inside for Robinson. Robinson battling hard to get it. They're grabbing each other, holding the scene, grabbing jerseys. There's the hook by Robinson.
Hey.
Watch the official. Good job by the bat.
Yeah, where's Richard Steele when you need him? That was a wise decision to step in between those two. 24 lead over San Antonio. A few people thinking that maybe the Warriors, with all that firepower with Run TMC.
Dave, 26 and 15 is crazy.
Shot 30.
Stadium.
Dang, the Bulls out 30. Yeah. Man, this is crazy.
We showed you the physical nature of play in that game, the Spurs and the Golden State Warriors. Let's go live now to Hemisphere, Steve Albert and Jim Barnett.
Gobbled up by Tyrone Hill. We'd like to welcome TNT bonus coverage tonight with a score. Steve Albert, Jim Barnett, Jim Kozimor at the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio. Here's Rod Higgins for the Warriors. He can't hit. And David Robinson the rebound. It has been a most physical first half of play. 2 altercations, both involving David Robinson, with Jim Peterson and Alton Lister of the Golden State Warriors. The Spurs have gotten most of their damage inside. They have not taken timeout. 8:40 remaining in the first half, and the Warriors by 4.
I think the Warriors surprised San Antonio coming out attacking like they did. Unlikely out the curve. Look inside with Peterson, and they get all tangled. And both benches erupted.
Robinson, and Rodney Nunn has to step between to break up the two. Mario Elzy. 37.
All right, man, let me get to the game, bro. I'm not finna watch Run TMC right now.
For Hardaway.
To the
The backcourt got going. Jordan, of course, leading the Wings, went in and just assisted with the quick
Rebounds, 4 assists, but the leading scorer for Chicago in the first half was Scottie Pippen, as he contributed 19 points.
15 was
Like this. The New York in 22 over the next 8 minutes as the Bulls blew the game open, and that is where we stand right now. For the game, Chicago shooting 50%, and they are 40-2 when they shoot 50% or better on the season.
40-2?
Right now they're
Wow.
headed that way. Ron Poole and Jack Gibbons, of course, will be cutting away to that Golden State San Antonio game and the Milwaukee Philadelphia game. So stay with us here on TNT as we bring you all the playoff action for the 1991 season. Now, New York wants to get a basket quickly, and they do just that. Oakley with the hoop.
look for the Bulls to push the ball down inside to Cartwright against Ewing to try to force Ewing to pick up his 4th personal. That is when the Bulls took control of the game. They were able to just say, "Will take the ball to the basket."
Pippen, they're forcing him to his left, what they wanted to do, and he misses the shot. Oh, the foul by Cartwright. No,
Nice.
blocked out the big guy.
Those are the kind of baskets that have really hurt the Knicks in this game. Time after time, when the Knicks make something positive happen, they allow the Bulls to come right back with a quick basket, and it just really knocks them down. Just another peg.
I think Rick Barry hit it on the head in our halftime show. He said, John McCloud probably said, come on, guys, let's not embarrass ourselves any more than we already have. Ball loose. The Bulls are running. It's showtime, folks.
Easy.
Jordan now with 18. Chicago on the year scoring 110 points a game to opponents 101. That point differential is exactly 9 a game, and that is number 1 in the NBA. Usually when you have a point differential of that much, you're going to have success in the playoffs. Tucker, his first field goal of the ball game. He, along with Gerald Wilkins, scoreless. And, Jack, you're taking a lot of points and potential points out of the lineup.
Wow.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
5-6, but how about tonight? Cartwright outscoring Ewing 9-6. 0.6, but how about tonight?
When these two teams.
Dang, Bernard King averaged 28.5.
Points a game.
Playoff average is 23.8, and that's second in Knicks history to Bernard King. And right now, the Knicks continue to be cold in this opening round best-of-5 series in the Eastern Conference. The first of 2 ball games tonight. Lakers in Houston warming up in the Forum right
I
now.
might have to watch that.
That'll be immediately following our game.
Watching Bernard King, bro.
This week on TNT.
Interesting, huh?
Chicago 9 on the shot clock. At 12, that's an intermission, and of course Golden State up by 1 on San Antonio. We'll be going to that ball game. We'll show you the conclusion of that game. And Vandeweghe with the rebound.
Well, tough shot that time by Michael Jordan.
Good hands.
Well, that has really been the story in this game.
Scottie Pippen to Jordan, and he is fouled out of play.
He's kicking like he's that pass. Great anticipation.
The Bulls 4th in the NBA overall in team on 19th for the ball game.
Of course, they like to do that off of free throws.
20 points. Check that for Jordan. Phil Jackson says a lot of his defensive knowledge comes from our man Hubie Brown, that he taught him about pressure defense. Vandeweghe with the 2. Of course, a lot of people feel Hubie may have been a little ahead of his time. He did his pressure defense a long time ago. You played with Hubie Brown's pressure defense in Atlanta.
Yeah, he really liked for you to pick the pressure up full court and make sure that you're active all the time.
Paxson can't get the 3 to go. Tucker with the rebound. He's got Oakley on the left, and he'll wisely hold it up. Now, how about that? Don't shoot until 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Good pump fake.
By this much as Vandeweghe takes it to the hole. You can't really afford to sit
Yes.
around, can you, Jeff?
No, you have to come out and do that, but that doesn't mean come down and take 4 shots. Now, that shot by Vandeweghe was what the Knicks need. Something easy going to the basket so they can get that percentage up.
They've only cut 1 point off.
Pippen still kept it right.
Pippen inside. Ball belongs to Chicago. 10 on the shot area.
The rest of this game.
Paxson spotting up for a 3. Way behind Cheeks, but Pippen's going to dump it off.
Good defense.
Tucker tries to find the handle. Ball goes out. Has a chance.
And it has hurt them out to the wayside.
Ewing way outside. He's going to stay outside. He doesn't come through. Now he sets up. Tucker for 3. Doesn't get it. Off the mark.
This Knicks team is garbage.
Tucker, good touch pass to Kiki Vandeweghe.
Golly, boy. Kiki Vandeweghe
Now with 6 second-half points
and Pat Ewing. Only people hooping.
The lead is 26. And the fans really aren't
I think in a playoff game, you have to make sure that you keep the intensity and not die down, not back off at all.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key finna get off of this, y'all. I swear.
You need an electrifying play and look for Chicago to try to get that and get this crowd back involved.
Cartwright wheels to Paxson. Shot clock at 3. Shot clock at 2, but New York has the ball. Oh, the Bulls are 40-3 against opponents under 500, and that proves one thing. Michael Jordan does not allow them to lose to teams under 500. As Vandeweghe.
Playing in Chicago, of course, with that number that you just mentioned, does an excellent job against the teams that they're supposed to beat.
Benjamin Roy Armstrong is checked into the lineup. B.J. Armstrong, better known as. About a minute to go in the second quarter, and San Antonio has taken over the lead 56-51 over Golden State. Once again, we'll be going to that ball game here on TNT with bonus coverage. 8 New York points, but it is still a 24-point Chicago lead. They've made up 5 points. Armstrong with the jumper. Oakley has the rebound and controls it, and he's going to lead the pack. 9 rebounds now for Oakley. Point guard Oakley dishes off to Vandeweghe. Kiki playing horse, and he misses the shot.
Wide open.
Thought about it.
Chicago, of course, the home court advantage throughout the Eastern
Yeah, he got them
Conference
infrareds
playoffs. They'll have the
on.
home court advantage up until the NBA Finals if they play
Them
Portland.
things look nice.
And with this stadium, with their record, 35-6 here in the stadium, it's going to be tough to win. Bulls lead at 29-19 at the end of the first, and really
What happened?
open in the second. 65-36
Bill lost it.
was our halftime score. As Scottie Pippen scored 19. Vandeweghe inside, and he is all the offense New York has right now, as the Bulls have gone scoreless in the last 3 minutes.
Chicago post a player shooting that you need in a game like this.
Cheeks whistle for his second personal foul. second team foul. Jordan with Tucker on him. Fakes right, goes left. New York.
Creating opportunities in the open floor has not been there for me in this
Damn, they blow.
period.
Blowing that whistle, ain't they? God.
The next 6 minutes left.
They are blowing that whistle.
Finally triggers the inbounds pass. Good side of Grant. Great no-look pass.
That's the way it got started. As that happened in this game.
George spots up for the three.
That's the way it got started in the second period when at third
On
quarter,
fire,
BJ,
man.
Thank you very much. Mitch Richmond scored 20 points in the first half for Golden State, but he missed there and gets San Antonio running. Rod Strickland will give it up and get it right back. The jumper finds the bottom, and San Antonio, down for much of the second period, comes back and leads 57-53 at the half. The Spurs at home at Hemisphere leading Golden State by 4. Now let's go.
With you throughout the third, and Cartwright picks up Ewing. Not exactly a battle of two of the quickest in the NBA.
but the other players for the Knicks having such a hard time bringing the ball up the floor. That is right there is about as quickly and as easily as they've been able to get the ball up the floor, and there's the turnover.
Man, they Bulls playing amazing defense.
Cheeks goes for the steal. 19th turnover for the Knicks. For three. Tucker has the rebound over Jordan, who jumped just a tad early. Handaway spotting up for the three. Hopefully doesn't see him. Gerald Wilkins will come in the New York's lineup. I'd like to get it in Tucker's hand. That could be a three. Inside, we've got a foul. Pippen just shoved by Oakley. Pippen starts laughing.
Wanted to make that third. Hopefully will get called for the technical. You see him with
6 from the line.
playoffs. You don't give up anything easy.
Lead, the biggest lead for Chicago. The Bulls 6 years ago. Phil Jackson was the CBA Coach of the Year. Now he has a chance to win the NBA. Cheeks, nowhere to go. Finally gets it to Wilkins. Jordan all over him.
Well, that is.
I'm telling you what, he's in his back pocket.
Oh, he really
Man.
is. Tell you what, you
Good
have to get
defense.
that kind of play, though, aggressiveness from your star player. That just filters down throughout the whole team. Not a good shot by Vandeweghe, but Oakley there for the two.
And Jordan is running up and down the court playing offense and defense.
Vandeweghe that seems to be working hard both on the offense and defense is Charles Oakley. A great deal.
And know like this, it's very hard to bounce back and put together a good effort in just a couple of days.
Oakley 8 points, 10 rebounds. DJ Armstrong's first.
Some a lot of help quickness gets Chicago.
Armstrong, who says his most prized possession is his college degree. That may change. It may be an NBA championship ring if things go according to the Bulls plan. 30-point lead. Ewing goes hard. Also in
Chicago in this game, and that is with the good defensive pressure and by not giving the Knicks anything easy down low, just as Cartwright prevented Ewing.
Ewing only 6 points, 4 rebounds. He goes ahead. It is not right in company.
Push a little bit to get position. Sometimes you have to be at your in this.
Also has the fourth
game, and when you're down by this number and you need to make something happen, he's not going to help you at all sitting on the bench.
Gerald Wilkins on Jordan. Little razzle-dazzle. Shot clock at 6. To Pippen. Shot clock at 2. Pippen.
Pippen, man, he on fire.
Right there. Good unselfish play by Chicago. Pippen understood the shot clock was down, had to take that one, had to make it, and he did.
23 now for Scottie Pippen and Chicago on an 11-2 run. 3:49 left for 3, and Esquinet is checked into the lineup. Pippen hustled down court. Here comes BJ. He wisely pulls up on Mark Jackson. To Grant. Ewing snares the rebound, and he'll take it up over the timeline again. Jackson, the shot. Once again, there's Oakley hustling underneath.
You have to like Oakley and the fact that he stays right with this game, not backing off at all.
10 points now for Oakley. The lead is still 31 for Chicago. After gives Cartwright a little shove. We're near the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Wilkins had a chance at the steal. Shot clock
Damn,
at 2.
BJ, shoot that. Should have shot that, BJ.
With another rebound and a foul is called.
Mike threw him the dart.
Wilkins had a chance.
Boom. Could have shot that. Mike threw him the dart.
Steal. Another rebound to Chicago.
I'm forward to the other Eastern Conference first round series underway tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Philadelphia 76ers at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. Let's go live there now to Neil Funk and Steve Mix with the call.
59-48.
Look at Chuck.
59-50. The Sixers by 9 with 8:55 left. Here in the third period. Barkley against Roberts, and Calqc waiting to come with a double. And there he comes.
You have to wonder about why Milwaukee would want to double. Charles Barkley has not shown yet that he can put the ball on, let Charles be isolated on one side with just one defender and stay home with your men if you're Del Harris.
Damn.
Take a look at Dalvin Robertson. He's ISO'd on the left side. He was able to break his man down, but he missed the shot.
Humphries fires, no. And a loose ball foul.
Once again, the Philadelphia 76ers doing a good job defensively as compared to, you know, you take a look at the first half stats. They held Milwaukee to just 45% shooting from the field. They're doing a good job opening up this half as well.
That turnover a minute ago was turnover number 12 from Milwaukee, and that is what has really hurt them. Sometimes forced turnovers, sometimes unforced. Charlie ducking inside and lays it off the glass. 7:55 left to play in the third quarter. An 11-point Sixer advantage. Shea's mishandled, and that's turnover number 13 for the Bucks. We said sometimes they're forced, sometimes they're not.
Hey.
And to the line he'll go.
My, oh my, Armin Gilliam doing an excellent job of controlling the pass. Here's a look at it. The outlet coming from Charles Barkley. There's Armin, there's the foul right there. There's the whack, there's the shot. Good athletic move by Armin Gilliam. The Sixers have built up a 13-point lead and possibly 14 if Armin can make this one.
12 in the game for Armin as he settles himself in at the free throw line. The Bucks went out in front 2-0 in this game, and then the Sixers went on a 13-0 run and haven't been headed since. Milwaukee got as close as 1. I take it back. They did take the lead by 1 in the first half, and then the Sixers with a burst of their own, outscoring Milwaukee 19-6 in the last 5 minutes and 10 seconds of that second quarter at a healthy halftime advantage. Roberts miss, and here comes Green running. Hawk.
Take advantage of him, Hawk. You've got the big guy on you.
Gilliam turns and scores. Baseline, Gilliam posts.
All right, the Sixers looking tough, trying to point lead.
I will continue to give you bonus coverage throughout the night, updating our situation. Horace Grant just completed a three-point play as Patrick Ewing picked up his 5th personal foul, which forced him to take a seat on the bench. And Eddie Lee Wilkins, who's come in the New York lineup, 5th-year pro out of Gardner-Webb. Not a good night for Patrick Ewing. Kenny Walker will check into the lineup for New York momentarily as Wilkins shot. Looked like he shot it off his palm in Oakley.
As you say, Pat, officials pick more in this game. It's been a factor. He gives the ball up when he has been able to catch it down low. He hasn't had it down there very often.
But boy, how can you afford to take him out of the ball game? He's 26 of 31, a 19-point difference in free throws.
And that is not really an indication at all that the officiating in this game has gone one-sided. Don't think that. It's just been that Chicago has simply worked harder.
McLeod, think of it as the Jeopardy, final Jeopardy song. That's what's left. 21st turnover for New York. Jordan to Armstrong. Excellent.
Wow. What a play.
And Jordan is such a showman. I mean, it was nice that he kept control of the ball, but he didn't have to make such a good pass from on his seat that time.
Walker, as time runs out in the third quarter, rebound gets the play.
You don't want to go back to the hotel tonight and think about all the negative things you did in this game. And of course, to this point.
All right, chat. This was a 2-hour video, but I chopped it down to an hour and a few minutes. Shout out to the mouse and keyboard method, bruh. But yeah, man, Michael Jordan didn't get back in the game, so I did not feel like watching, the whole game. Knicks was up 30. I meant what I said. I don't do blowouts. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. Um, Especially if Mike not getting back in the game. Ain't gonna be that many oohs and ahs. So, Scottie Pippen post game interview.
Is it now because mentally you had the blowout, you've got to get up for Sunday's game.
Well, I think it was a big win for us tonight. We got ourselves up like we wanted to, and we played real well. That's something that we were sort of afraid of coming into the game tonight. And I thought we did a good job after having a long layoff this week. And I thought everybody got opportunity to get into the game and did a good job.
Scotty, defensively, it was obvious to me that you guys wanted to make sure that Patrick Ewing didn't get going down low. The double teams down there forced Ewing to give it up. I thought defensively this was about as good a game as I've seen all season.
Well, yeah, I thought we did a great job on Patrick. He definitely didn't know what we was doing tonight defensively. I thought we did a good job of coming at him at times, and then sometimes we sort of letting him go and let Bill defend him. I thought Bill did a great job, as he always do.
Well, Scotty, 14 points in the second quarter, 25 for the game. Best of luck. Another victory, another step toward the NBA Finals. Scottie Pippen, the Chicago Bulls.
Pat ain't know what he was doing with them, man. Dang, Pat. Pat got like the worst luck for NBA Hall of Famer, bruh. Like, you done been in all these competitive games and lost. MJ hit a game win on you in college. You lost to Hakeem in the finals. You out here getting spanked by Mike left and right, and when he in the NBA, bro, it's bad luck for Pat, bro. Even when he went to the finals, bro, it's like, dang, you still fell short. I don't know what to say. Was he on that team when they played the Spurs in the lockout? If so, that's tough too. But it's your boy Cal. Um, Game two, that was game one of 91. We go watch game two. Um, I'm watching all of the playoff games, bro. It's playoff season, so I want to watch all of them from 91 to 98. The ones Mike won rings, and then the other ones, we'll still watch those too, but just not right now. Um, Drop some videos in the comments. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button for your boy, man. We get us to 6,000 subscribers. Thank you for 5,000. We got to keep climbing, man. And share this with a friend, man. You never know who want to watch some Michael Jordan. It's your boy, Cal. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.